Welcome to Magnum Alta, your Airbnb/B&B. I'm going to go through a list of amenities that we have at this unit, but first of all, we want to go ahead and cover the lock that we have here. So the lock is going to be set to the last four of your phone number. So you're going to dial your last four of your phone number on this pin pad, then you're going to hit the lock button. Sometimes if the pin pad doesn't wake up right away, because it might be really cold, you may have to hit the lock button first, then dial the number, then hit the lock button once again to go ahead and unlock it. When you're also opening the door, this knob can get stuck a little bit. Normally it should open just fine, but sometimes you will need to pull in on the door and press the knob down to have it open freely. So come on in. All right, the first thing we're going to focus on is the fireplace of this Airbnb. You're going to find this remote situated on the coffee table in front of the fireplace. It could also be on the island on the kitchen, but in most cases it'll be on the coffee table in the center part of the room. To cover the remote, we're going to get close in here, and we're basically going to cover over the controls of this remote. So when you get to the remote, it should be in thermal mode to start out. This is how we recommend using the fireplace in almost all cases. So to raise or lower the temperature, you're just going to use the minus key or the plus key to go ahead and raise the temperature. Just set your desired temperature. That's going to be the one on the right. Current room temperature is the one on the left. If you want to just permanently set the fireplace to on, because you're maybe reading a book or just cuddling next to the fire, what you're going to want to do is go ahead and hit the mode button twice. That'll just turn it permanently on. We do not recommend turning it to the off, as this basically overrides the thermocouple in the stove and could lead to frozen pipes or a disastrous experience here at this Airbnb. So anytime that you're not in on mode, we recommend being in the thermal mode, and just set your desired temp and it will maintain that. So that covers everything with the remote. Now we have something to cover with the blower on this fireplace. Some people like the blower on full bore to get the even heat across the whole Airbnb, but others want to go ahead and have the blower off to have a more quiet experience. So in order to do that, there's actually a control on the back of this fireplace, and we're going to get close to that here. This control is just a little control knob here, and it should be set to lowest blower setting when you first get to your Airbnb. But to turn off the blower, what you're going to do is just rotate that all the way to the right, and then you'll hear a click. That'll turn off the blower completely. If you want to have the blower on high, then you just go to the first setting. That's going to set your blower to the highest setting available, or you can go ahead and turn it all the way to the left, which will lower the blower down to its most silent option. We do not recommend messing with this switch that's back here. Keep it depressed on the left. This basically overrides the thermocouple and would lead to problems with the fireplace not operating correctly. So that covers everything in the back. All right, this Airbnb features a macerator toilet. What that means is that it grinds everything up and then it shoots it down the sewage line to the sewage system on the property. Now this grinder is only designed to handle human waste and toilet paper. It is not designed to handle paper towels, baby wipes, man wipes, or feminine hygiene products. If you have any of those items and you wish to dispose of them, there is a trash can right beside the toilet. We suggest that you use that. But I want to reiterate, this toilet is only designed for human waste and toilet paper. That is the only thing that should go in it. If anything else goes into it, it may cause a service call, which means I have to come out and I have to pull the whole thing apart, and it potentially could ruin the blade that's in there and cause the toilet to be down for your stay. So please make sure that the only thing that goes in this toilet is human waste and toilet paper. Everything else should go into the waste can beside it. Thank you so much. All right, the next thing that we're going to cover is the remote on the ceiling fan in this Airbnb. When you find this remote, it's going to be usually on the coffee table or the island that's behind me. To control the fan, you're just going to make a selection in between 1 and 6, 1 being the weakest, 6 being the strongest. I usually like number 4. You can go ahead and see that here. I'll go ahead and kick on the ceiling fan. It's going to go ahead and start spinning and equalizing the temperature. To turn off that ceiling fan, you can just hit the power button up along the top. And that will go ahead and kill the ceiling fan. Now, one other thing to note about this remote is it also controls your Bluetooth speakers. So to control the Bluetooth speakers, it's going to be this bottom bar here. Normally this is used for lighting, but we're just using it for Bluetooth instead. So to turn off the Bluetooth speakers, you're just going to hit that button on the right, which basically indicates that they're off. This will just kill all control to the Bluetooth. That way someone doesn't accidentally play something in the middle of the night and wake everybody up. So you can turn that off. If you want to turn it on, you can hit the other button on the left. You'll hear a beep once it's on. And then you'll hear another beep. And that will indicate the pairing mode is active. So you can just go in and open up your phone, find the device that's named HERDO, go ahead and click on that, pair, and then you can listen to your favorite podcasts, music, or YouTube video. We do ask that you keep the volume down below the 75 percentile mark, as if you go above that mark, it can be a little distracting to other people in the facility. All right, next thing we're going to talk about is the gas range and how to control it. So coming down here, you're going to see a group of controls in the front. You'll note that there is an indicator on each control. This is going to control your left front burner. This is going to control your rear left burner. To control the burner, what you're going to do is push that knob in, then you're going to turn it all the way counterclockwise to the lighting position. Then you're going to go in and back off once you hear that ticking. That is going to be your highest output setting. You can go ahead and move it along the range. I do recommend keeping an eye on the flame, as you can go low enough to kill it. So just keep in mind that you can do that and keep your eye on the flame and set it to your desired output. To turn it off, you're just going to go ahead and turn it clockwise to the off position, and it's going to pop out. There's going to be a similar process for the oven temperature. So what you're going to do is you're going to press that knob in, go ahead and turn it counterclockwise until you reach your desired temperature. And that is indicated by the circle that is above the temperature. So if we are set currently at 300 degrees, if we want to go higher, we can simply go ahead and set it to 400. The oven automatically lights, so there's no need to turn it to a lighting position or anything like that. It'll just go ahead and light itself and reach the desired temperature. To turn it off, you're going to go ahead and turn that clockwise until you get to the off position. Now, if you need a timer, the timer is located on the microwave. Let me show you where it is. It's going to be noted here. It's going to say timer set dot off. So in order to set the timer, you're going to just hit the timer button, dial in your desired time. I've just dialed in 2 minutes here. Then you hit the timer button. Once again, it'll go in and start the countdown. Now, if you want to kill the timer or reset, you can just go ahead and hit the timer button again, and that will turn the timer off. It'll also kill the timer if it is beeping. This Airbnb features a sit-stand desk in the workspace area. In order to control the sit-stand desk, what you're going to do is come to this front control panel. What you're going to do is, if you want to just go to a standing position, you can hit these 3 boxes. It's going to go ahead and automatically raise it to 39, which would be a standing position. If it's not quite high enough, then you can hit this down or this up button to go up, or you can hit the down button to go to your desired height. So. Next, we're going to talk about the Airbnb's TV. To turn on the TV, you're going to use the remote. The remote is going to be located either on the coffee table or on the island in the Airbnb. In order to turn on the TV, you simply hit the power button on the top left, and then you can hit the home button to get to the WebOS. That's going to give you access to many different channels and features that you can use on the TV. Of course, you will need to sign into each. To demonstrate that, I'm going to be using Prime Video, but you can also do this for Netflix, Disney Plus, and LG channels. I'm going to just go ahead and hit the Amazon Prime Video here. You'll notice on the TV that you get a scan QR code. You're going to want to use your cell phone for that. I'm going to go ahead and show you mine just for demonstration purposes. That's my son Klaus right there. He's super happy to see you at the Airbnb, I am sure. So we're going to go ahead and hit the camera button here. You'll notice when the camera is up, it's going to go ahead and give us a link on that QR code right there, which we're just going to go ahead and tap. I have to sign into my phone, which I just did, and you'll notice that my Amazon Prime on my phone is now asking me if I want to allow that device to connect. I'm just going to go ahead and hit allow there. And you'll notice in a few seconds that it will go ahead and sign into our Prime Video account. You can do this for each of your video channels that you wish to watch. But that's a nice little demo of the TV and the Airbnb. I hope you enjoy your stay. All right, now we're going to go ahead and make our French press coffee here at the Airbnb. To go ahead and give you a demonstration of that, I'm just going to walk through the steps here. So first of all, you're going to want to fill the electric kettle with cold water. So pop open the lid, go ahead and pour cold water in here. This is hot water for demonstration purposes and to expedite this film a little bit. So we already have hot water here. You would set it on the electric kettle. Then you're going to go ahead and hit the on button on the electric kettle. Let that go to a boil. Once it's to a boil, then you can kind of go ahead and start your next steps, but you don't want to start too soon here. So we are all ready to a boil, so let's go ahead and start with the next steps. I'm going to just set this off to the side so it's out of my way. We're going to take our H&S coffee here, unscrew the top, and you're going to want to do 3 scoops. So 1, 2, 3. Push that one bean off to the side. Go ahead and seal this so that the coffee remains fresh. You would normally hit the start button to get the screen to light up. I like to keep it at 4 cups and more just because I like a stronger coffee. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit the start button. All right, now that the grinding's done, we're going to go ahead and take the French press top off, set it to the side. You're going to go ahead and pull out the coffee, and we have to take off the lid, so you just turn it like this, and then we're going to just dump those grounds into the French press. And then I like to just put the lid back on and put it back in. I also kind of like to level the grounds, so I'll just kind of give it a little bit of shake just to kind of level them a little bit. Next, you're going to take the French press and the hot water. You're going to pour that hot water in. I usually like to go slowly, kind of in a circular motion, so that I'm brewing the coffee as I'm pouring it. And you're going to go to the bottom of this stainless steel top band here. So I'm just going to keep pouring. I'm going to keep doing a circular motion. And there I'm at the bottom of that top band. So I'm going to set the electric kettle back on its thing. Next, you're going to take the plunger. You'll notice there's a grate here. So we want that facing forward. So we're going to just take the plunger, kind of push it down a little bit, face the grate towards the front, and just seal that. And then we want to go ahead and let this brew for 4 minutes. So I'm going to just go ahead and start that timer here, and we'll wait for 4 minutes.
A few moments later.
All right, our coffee is done brewing at this moment. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and push down the plunger. So you're going to hold the top and just slowly press down that plunger. Don't go too quickly because some grounds can escape up through past the plunger. So we're just going to go ahead and slowly press that down till we reach the bottom. There we go. I'm going to go and grab a cup here. And this should be some wonderful French press coffee. Enjoy.